Good morning, everyone. So, I've gotten stuff done today because I'm an adult and have to do that. I have run. I have got a pound and a half of bacon on the smoker right now. I cured it myself. It's got kind of a rosemary honey cure to it. And I got an email from my publisher. I'd sent him an email saying, hey, I've got this book that I finished as a NaNoWriMo. I'm currently cleaning it up, called Warscribe. And he said, sure, we'll take a look at it, no promises, but first we need to see you do a little bit more with Juniper Crescent. So there's kind of the caveat. The good news is there's a third book coming out. It has nothing to do with Juniper Crescent series. The bad news is that I need to figure out how to get back into marketing. But then I realized, I really haven't spent a whole lot of time on here talking about Juniper Crescent or that whole series. And I think a lot of it is because some of the big vocabulary involved is ISIS. That's the name of the operation that people have been getting. So you say ISIS, there's a lot of negative connotations currently in the media, and the last thing I need is the FBI tracking me down. Although now that I think about it, that might be a good idea if it gets that kind of attention, I keep using the tagline ISIS, 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 ISIS. Then people start looking it up, find out I'm not a terrorist but an author, because, being an author usually pays better and keeps you out of prison longer. That might draw some attention. Discuss. Either way, so, going to talk a little bit about Juniper Crescent. Book 1, we have Oksana Vortalin, who is suffering from muscular dystrophy. Very bad. And then a doctor comes along and kind of nudges him and says, hey, what if we could cure you? Cure muscular dystrophy. And she says, that'd be great. What's the catch? The catch is it's almost an FDA-approved operation. It's almost 100% safe, and it's almost what you're looking for. A lot of almosts. Through the process of a retrovirus, which is an actual operation we have that helps us create synthetic insulin, the DNA is recoded on a genetic level to take out these bad codes in the DNA and replace them with other ones. And while you're going there, why stop at human DNA? Let's bulk ourselves up. Let's become everything we've dreamed about in mythology, legend, superheroes. Whole pantheons have been written about people who are more than just human. So they've just been kind of focusing on mixing people with animals. And Oksana says, that's great. I've always wanted to run. And they say, that's great. We can mix you with a cheetah. So she gets this operation, gets mixed with a cheetah, doesn't need crutches anymore, won't be in a wheelchair for college, but then she discovers that there's this little kind of genetic hitch that I think God put in there on purpose, where habits and instincts are genetically linked. We can't find them. To the best of our ability, we can't find these triggers at all, but, a duck raised in captivity, never saw the sky, never got to fly, you let it out at the end of fall, it's still going to fly south. Why? It just knows to. Or, dogs, we've bred them for generations, millennia. And even though they've never had to find their own place to sleep, never had to hunt, they still spin around in circles before lying down. Genetically based, we can't find it. So, along with having muscular dystrophy cured, she now has to deal with things like purring and the need to hunt and other things that cheetahs find acceptable that humans don't. For example, cheetahs will climb a tree to eat their food and then catch a 2-hour nap. That only works in certain areas of college for humans. And then other people start getting this operation. Other people are getting qualified to be test subjects for this gig, right? And so we're hitting some of the big tropes of animals. Who wants to fly? Who wants to have the coolest sideburns ever because you're mixed with a tiger and so you got the lines there. But what can we cure with this? Anything genetically based. But then other people are saying, If a guy got mixed with a rhinoceros, there wouldn't be a lot of doors that could stop him. And say he got angry, as rhinoceroses are wont to do, or rhinoceroses. That sounds like a problem. Or let's go back to all the predatory cats. They have great big claws and great big teeth, and we are small little humans. That poses a problem. We could try to government this thing into safety, but you can't really use the government to convince morality without getting into extortion and enslavement. So these people are getting dangerous. Could be potentially dangerous. We don't know. But we don't like the idea of that level of danger being available. You know, some dude gets mixed with a frog. Bam! Third story window. No problem. And there's Oksana, now boasting a really cool set of orange eyes and spots all over her body, and being able to run, you know, like a sub 4 minute mile. Wondering where she fits in all of this. Is she one of those people who believes that making people more than human is just breeding monsters? Or is this a benign thing that people should be getting even if they don't have something that needs curing? So that was really intrigued me about this one. What could I play around with? It seemed like a great big world and I could stick my fingers into it and mold it like Play-Doh however I wanted. Which is one of the greatest feelings writers get to express. Then comes all the sciencey bits about retroviruses and hormone therapy and basically inducing a second puberty in these people. And then it gets complicated. But you'll find with good science fiction, and I've found with good science fiction, that there is so much truth behind it. Both in morality and philosophical issues, but also with the science behind it, which is wonderful. Don't believe me? Go check it out. Star Trek. More truth than you believe. So that's Juniper Crescent. I'll show you a copy of the book. Okay. Juniper Crescent. Book 1 of the Isis Generation. Hollow Terrace. Book 2 of the Isis Generation. There's a poison dart frog in here. He's cool. His name is Russ. Alright, go find him. I've got the links below. Peace out.